Hello, this is Steve from Beato's Leatherworks, and today's project is this very cool shoe. This is a J.Fitzpatrick shoe. Now go check them out on their website. It's a very cool company, jfitzpatrickfootwear.com. I'll put the link down so you guys can go check it out. Now, Justin, that's his first name, is a pretty young guy. He's 38 years old, and he started this company where he basically wanted to create his own styles, his own footwear line, and most of them that I've seen are very unique. They're mainly European styles with a narrow toe, and the styles are incredible. I think they're very different than what you find in the market. They range anywhere from about $275 to $545. He's got different lines, so if you were interested, go check it out on the website and see what you think of them. Now, this particular shoe itself here is not in bad shape. Obviously, it's still fairly brand new, but the guy wanted to tweak it a little bit, okay? We're gonna do narrower waist here, give it more of a spade sole. We're going to do a fiddleback waist. We're going to raise the heel a little bit. We're gonna do a blind stitch just like they've done here. Add a little bit of detail on the heel area over here. Let's see what else. And I'm going to try something different with the welt stitching here. I'm not sure if it's going to work or not, but I'm going to give it a try and see how well that's going to work. All right, and I think overall the shoe itself is a good quality shoe for the price point. Leather insoles, leather footbeds, quality leathers on the uppers, blind stitch. I mean that's a pretty good shoe for the price point that he's offering, and I like him. So we're just going to tweak it a little bit. All right, let's get started. All right, here goes nothing. Cool. All right, it's got good leather layers for a heel base. Sometimes what manufacturers will do is fiber boards. It's basically paper. This is not too bad. I mean, overall, it's a nice shoe. It's got a nice leather lining, leather footbed, cushion for the heel. It's got a blind stitch. Blind stitch is basically you slice the edge of the leather, you lift it up, stitch it, and this covers it. I mean, overall, it's a pretty decent shoe. It's got a nice stiff heel counter, toe counter. These are called blind eyelets, where you can't see the eyelet from the top. And this is kind of cool here. If you look over here, the tongue right there is stitched on one side. I don't know if you guys can see it right there. This is so when you put the shoe on, the tongue stays in the center position. It doesn't move right or left. That's a cool feature. All right, let's cut into it. It's got a nice cork layer there. This is just for give it that little bit of fiddle waist hump. He's got a heel rand right here, leather heel rand, which is, again, that's good. It's not fiberboard, and that's nailed on. And we're going to remove everything and take the welt off and keep going. Let's continue. If you notice that there's no shank that you're seeing, because the shank is in between the footbed right there and another layer. Now, I kind of like that because there's no chances for the shank to move over time. Well, most of the time it doesn't move, but still, that this gives it a little bit of a more of a, what's the word I'm looking for? More security, that the shank won't go anywhere over time of wearing it, because the shank gets very stressed over time as the foot bends, and it does happen that they do come loose sometimes. With this type of a design, unlikely that shank is going to come loose because it's all glued and pressed together. Voila! This sucker's in there, man. Now, this is a Goodyear constructed shoe. This is a gemming that's glued to the footbed, and the uppers come in, and the welt comes on the side, and they all get stitched together. In order for me to get that nice thin waist, I'm going to have to take this in just a little bit. Simply, we're going to unglue the gemming here and just kind of squeeze this waist in to give it that nice fiddle waist. Not fiddle waist, but narrow waist. The fiddle waist is kind of that hump that is in the center of the sole. This way, it kind of, the design gets a little, it changes a little bit to makes it more narrow in the waist area. It's a good exercise at the same time too. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. All right. Enough of singing. Now I need to cut a piece of welt out of a big leather piece, and I need to get the shape of the shoe. The easiest way to do that is just put a piece of paper and push against the pattern that you want, and there you go. You have the shape of the sole. That's the easiest way to do that. Well, that's the easiest way that I know of. Maybe somebody knows a little easier. All right, let's continue. All right, so there are lots of welts on the market that can be used in this project, right? You've got basically, this is the regular flat leather welt, okay? This is the split leather welt. It's called split leather because they've split the leather, and then it kind of goes vertical piece on the shoe. This is a storm welt. So there's lots of welts on the market. But the problem is, though, nothing's on the market that gives us that wide shape of a spade sole. So that's the reason we made the pattern, so we can cut it out of a big piece of leather and create our own shape. That's the only way that we can get that width, that shape that we want. All right, let's continue. All right. We've got our piece of leather. That inside piece is no good. So that's what it's going to be, just like that. Now I know this is a wonky shape, right? It's okay. We're going to shape it to whatever we want. And then we can stitch it on there and then make it look like it's a presentable shoe. All right, let's continue. So we've got this temporary stitched on. Now I opened up a little groove right there, so the stitches are kind of sunk when I stitch it. This is my pinky ring basically, right? This is what I use when I'm pulling the thread. If you don't, man, your finger is going to get wasted. Some people put tape around all their fingers to do it. Just one pinky is all it takes, because when you're pulling this, you're going to put the pressure on the pinky. On the other side, you can wrap it around your needle and pull it tight. So you don't really have to wrap every finger, you know. But some people do it. That's okay. To each his own. All right, let's continue. You guys hear that? My friends are finally waking up. It's about damn time they got out of bed and started singing. Shit. Gotta get up early. Early bird gets the worm. Yeah, I've got a lot of worms in my lifetime. I don't need them. I don't need more. All right, so we're going to start stitching the welt on. I like this process because it's kind of peaceful, you know. Kind of gives you a chance to meditate a little bit, especially with the background music right there. Nature's choir. It's kind of cool. Just like that. All right, I won't bore you guys with hand stitching. So we're just gonna turn the camera off and turn some music on and get this done. All right, let's continue. So today's shout out is going to go to my friends Amy and Doug Giles, who are leather crafters, and they made these little key fobs with the military insignias on them. Now they've got an Etsy shop. Why don't you guys go check them out and give them some love? I think they're selling for like 15 bucks each. I think it's really cool to have if you're in the military. So go check them out on the Etsy. Double J Ranch is what they're called. All right. Thanks. Y'all know what time it is. It's hammer time. Now we pegged the shank area. It's a little overboard, I know, with gluing and pegging. It should keep it nice and sturdy and tight. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. All right, let's get the sucker in precisely so we can't screw it up. All right, so here we are at the stage of this project. We've got our sole on, we rough trimmed it. We're gonna do a little detail here at the heel. I'm not sure what this is called. Some of the higher end custom shoemakers do this. I gotta figure out what that is. So we're getting there slowly but surely. Let's continue. All right. This is a JR bend. Bend is just a large piece of leather. We're going to cut 3 pieces of heels, 3 layers. We're going to make a heel block out of it. It is a tough piece of leather, man, let me tell you. All right, let's continue. Yeah, I'd rather support small businesses before I go to the large box office, you know, hardware stores. It's a small business, family owned. I usually do that anytime I need something in my city here. I'll shop local. Then if I can't find it, then I go out to the larger stores. I'm going to notch this out for the French tip. This is called a LuLu tip. Then what we're going to do, we're going to open up the edges here for the blind stitch. I really needed a new blade for that job, so that's why I went out and got it. All right, let's continue. That's how we do it. Cool. Let's continue. All right, now we've got the shank area stitched. Now, that shank area is going to get curved up a little bit towards the shoe, so you're not really going to see those stitches, okay? Now we have got to stitch the front part of the shoe here. Now, what I want to do, I want to put a slice right into the welt and try to see if I can get the stitches to be countersunk in the welt area rather than sitting on top of the welt, if that makes sense. This is going to be kind of tricky because once I open that little channel there, I'm going to have to stitch it upside down. You're not going to be able to see if it's going into the channel or not. We're just going to keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best. All right, let's continue. This is all guesstimating and hoping for the best. We'll see what happens after I stitch it. I mean, either way it'll be okay, but still, I'd like to see it go into the groove. It'll be kind of cool, huh? All right, let's continue. A little bit, not much. Not as I was expecting. Guess I could have made it a little bit deeper, but then the deeper you go, you're cutting into the welt. Overall, it's not too bad. Yeah, it's okay. Let's continue. So we are getting there slowly but surely, right? I've got the heel stack in. I wood pegged all of them. Second 2 layers I wood pegged, and third one I pegged it. Now we get to put the top lift on. Now what I wanted to do, I want to put a very small amount of lift on the corner there like that. Now they do make top lifts like this already made, but the problem is that this rubber piece takes half of the leather, right? Like this JR has. Okay. I think it kind of looks more elegant if it's just a little bit of rubber in the top, you know, in the corner right there. So we're going to go ahead and glue this on. We're going to trim it, sand it. We're going to add some brass nails and then put the final touches and we'll be done. All right, welcome back. We are done with another project. I think they turned out pretty good. I think the customer's going to be very happy. Now this customer's from New York. He's from Brooklyn and he's driving today to pick up the shoes. So we're going to see if we can get a reaction out of him. I don't know if it's going to be good or bad, but we'll figure it out once he arrives and then we'll see what happens. All right. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you guys again on the next project. Take care. All right, so welcome back. So we have Mr. Oscar here today to pick up his shoes.
How you doing?
And he just drove down from Brooklyn. It was a 5-hour drive?
Yeah.
That was a long drive, so I'm glad you're here. So you ready to see your shoes?
I hope that drive was worth the trip. I mean, the shoes were worth the trip.
I hope he likes it.
Let's see.
All right, let's see what we got. And here you go.
Wow, these shoes are fucking badass. Listen, before I even say anything about these shoes, you guys, if you're watching for the first time, you need to subscribe and ring that bell.
Thank you.
Really, you really do. And I want to give a shout out to the shoe snob. Preston, please stop calling me because you're not getting the shoes. Gave a shout out to MD's Shoe Doc and his fantastic shoes that he also makes. Michael Darren Shoes. And with that out of the way, I'm saying hi to all the guys at work. Peter, Hawley, all the guys at work.
Can we get back to shoes?
To the shoes. So I dropped these off to Steve, which is a fantastic guy. And I told him exactly what I wanted. I wanted Spade sole, the beveled waist, fiddle back waist, a slide of a Cuban heel, which I had no idea that I see the construction because I've seen these before. I believe these are put together with a wood peg.
They're all wood pegs. There's no nails in there.
There's no nails in the heel.
Once I upload the video, you can watch all the details on what I've done to it. So it's really cool.
Blind stitch. He put on the LuLu tips. And the detail on the heel, you probably can't see it. Maybe if I hold it up. Or even if you come down, you can see it. This is a beautiful job. He also did, which I'm really surprised, the personalized shoe trees.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so this is a great job. Guys, if you have shoes out there that cost like $300 and you want them to be worth like $1,500, $1,800 and up, you should bring your shoes here and tell Steve what you want. He'll do whatever you want and you will have a unique pair of shoes that no one can buy.
Yeah.
They're personally yours.
Yeah, this detail
Yeah.
usually are in the
Like
high-end,
expensive shoes, yeah.
custom-made shoemakers usually do. They do a little better detail than I do, but still you
The
get the
other,
idea,
the other detail that I see here that I've seen on shoes that cost like $2,000 and up,
The little notch on
he
the
notched
heel
out the heel. So it makes it look like the heel was just put right on top of the actual sole. So
there's got to be a name for that, Oscar. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to find out what that is.
This is a beautiful job. Really, really nice job. These shoes are a unique pair that you couldn't buy any if you wanted.
You think Justin will like it once he sees it?
He will, yeah.
Awesome.
But you guys need to, if you're watching the video again for the first time, please subscribe and ring that bell, because there's other guys out there that do shoes, but you're not gonna find a shoe guy like Steve that he's dedicated to his craft, and
Thank you, man. I
he's
appreciate
a great guy.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, thank
Now I think that we should go get something to eat. Go get some lunch.
Right now?
Yeah.
Well, okay. I've got a lot of work to do, man. I'm
Well,
so back.
The work could wait. You know, you need a break.
Okay.
See, I really don't give a shit about the other customers right now, because I already got mine.
All right.
So go out, have a nice day, go eat,
All
have
right.
a good time.
So we're gonna go out to eat today to finish off this deal, and so I appreciate you guys for coming in and checking us out, and thank you, Oscar, very much. I appreciate you coming by, picking them up.
Subscribe, guys.
Yeah,
all right?
subscribe. All right. We'll see you guys
It's
again.
very easy. Just press the button.
Yeah, press the button.
That's
press
it.
the what? Press
Press the fucking button.
All right.
It'll make me go there and put it in your fucking head. Press the button.
I'll see you guys again on the next project. Take care. Bye bye.